Bam, first, before I do anything else, shout out to Smooth. And in fact, in the chat, would you please shout out to Smooth? He's a 49er fan that may not be with us a lot longer, but we love you, Smooth, man. Prayers with you on a daily basis from me. So Smooth, hanging tough. I'm hoping for a miracle, man. In fact, I'm hoping for a complete remission, all right? We should all be thinking that way. Hang in there, Smooth. You ever watch those? You ever remember those cowboy movies where the guy's knocked out? Some guy brings a bucket of water and just dashes it on him. Bam! I'm sitting there watching. I'm reading this Cowherd thing, and I'm thinking, "What the WTF? What are you talking about?" Are the Niners too old, fam? As last time I checked, I think they're in their prime. I got one or two. I got Trent Williams, and Trent Williams still outplays people in their prime. Anyway. The in-house roadblocks in the 49ers' path to Super Bowl 59. In-house. These are personal problems, right? Niners' potential personal problems and obstacles were rudely spotlighted by famous Fox Sports host Colin. That was an accident, too. Colin Cowherd. Kind of like the Anyway, Cowherd, regarding the team's chance for success in the 2024-25 season, tonight going to the phones for your view on the pitfalls pointed out by Colin that lie ahead for the Niners, that he so eloquently pointed out. And are Cowherd's observations valid or pretty much similar to every team in the NFL that's in contention, with the exception of maybe one or two? You'll find all the information you need right there at the bottom of the line, right based on the screen. Get in here and let's talk about this. Fam, will the Niners, finally win that sixth Super Bowl? You notice how people have stayed away from phrases we've been using down through the years, like quest for six? It's become like that kind of thing where it's frightening to say things like that because you think it's playing a part on a role in the bad luck that keeps taking place year after year after year. This team is too good to be losing the games they're losing. They had it all wrapped up last year until the KC Mystique, I call her Mystique now because I don't get it, jumped up and snatched it away in unbelievable fashion. The 49ers had the game. It was freaking over. Take the trophy, let's go. No. Somehow. And they say that's the mark of a champion. The Chiefs were in there with one of their weakest, softest teams in years, and they'll go down in history as having gotten to the playoffs. They had no business beating Buffalo. They sure as hell didn't have any business beating Baltimore. And God knows how in the world did you do that, 49ers. You got to believe the 49ers to some degree. You know what? Let me not get started. Let me stick to the subject here. San Francisco, for the most part, still has the most important engine parts on that big red and gold machine. So why not continue to believe they're going to win? You remember Colin Cowherd because I had stopped paying him any attention pretty much. It's been over a year now. Because I'd completely gotten over Cowherd because he said a few things down recently, or not recently, but a year or so or two ago. Like, what the hell are you... What? Oh, you can just go start shots fired every few minutes at the 49ers direction, huh? All right. Click. I think a lot of us have. Herd has stooped to low-level tactics to gain attention, so I did notice his recent antics regarding the Niners, of whom he believes won't even win the NFC West. This is the man struggling for air. As far as he's concerned, forget the Super Bowl. The Niners won't even win their own division, right? Really? After a link, that rant was long. Cowherd predicted the Rams will win the NFC West in 2024. The Rams, fam. Yeah, they're going to beat our ass. We have lost the Rams one time in what, 5-6 years? I'm not counting that one when we were out there staying off the field because we were going to the playoffs. And I don't know. I'm not counting that game. I'm sorry. It's just invalid. But it's not picking the Rams to win the division is so outrageous. And maybe outrageous is too strong of a word. It's a bit far-fetched. Okay, let's put it that way. The Rams are no longer the joke they immediately morphed into after that Super Bowl win. Not really, if I have to be honest about it. They do look a little better because they were a complete toilet. I mean, they needed to be flushed. I mean, that year after the Super Bowl, they were just butt cheeks, big ones. And they aren't, well, for one thing, they aren't effing them picks anymore and have drafted not bad the last couple of years. They actually do have a decent and moderately dangerous offense. And their defense should be better this season despite losing AD. A lot of people believe that. I don't see it. And that's just not biased opinion. I'm just looking at their defense overall. I'm saying, no, they can still be exploited. They got some spots that you can just beat up, and Shanahan's going to find them. Well, the thing I took exception to is Cowherd's declaring that Niners are good, but they're an old, expensive football team. How many teams down through the years were young and had plenty of money? The Hawks were the last team, I believe, to do that. When they won that year that we should have been in that Super Bowl. Again, we should have been. We got to stop with that, fam. That should have been has got to stop. He goes on to say, Niners are good, but they're an old, expensive football team. Watch out for injuries and the Brandon Aiyuk noise. Unquote. Fam, and true, the Niners are one of the older teams in the league. All right. Yup, they have an expensive roster. But like I said, how many teams have millions of dollars of cap space that are doing anything? Remember when we had lots of cap space? We were getting our butt beat. We were getting it beat, but we weren't going anywhere. Also true, the situation with BA is not helping the team. But Cowherd may have been having a senior moment during the assault of San Francisco because the fool must have actually forgot that he listed the Niners as having the best roster in football. He did. Colin, man, take naps in the afternoon or switch your brand of coffee. It needs to be stronger. You're failing. That's just, how do you say that and then turn around and say what you said? Now, even though Cowherd believes San Francisco has the top roster in the NFL, here's a pick on the 49ers to win their division? How does that, you see where the dots don't connect? It doesn't make sense. The man apparently has forgot to take the medication the other day. Man, when I read that, I said, what is he talking about? And now he's blaming age, finances, injuries, and Aiyuk. Colin, it takes more than that, man. Let's break this down, fam. I want to know, and okay, listen, I agree. The BA contract situation could become a distraction. It actually could. It really could. Few people, though, if any, believe BA will be showing up for training camp, which is coming up in just a couple of days, by the way. He ain't coming. Guaranteed he's not coming. If Vegas puts out a line on it, put your money on it. And bet heavy, heavy, heavy bucks, and you'll clean house. If BA does hold out and misses part of all the training camp, most likely he will not be the same player we enjoyed in 2023. That's pretty much a given. Yes, we all wish the Niners and BA can get a deal done soon, especially in light of recent reports that he has requested to be traded. According to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, a league source told him this week, quote, Aiyuk wants to be traded or paid. We were pretty much aware of that. We didn't know about the trade, though, until recently. He had emphatically stated he did not care to get traded, that he'd just as soon come to a deal with the 49ers if they would stop blocking him out and giving him the silent treatment, which I do blame you for that, Lynch and Shanahan. San Francisco doesn't want to pay him relative to market value or trade him, unquote. It's frustrating, huh? It's funny because I feel the stress and it's not even my personal, you know how you have issues on your own life and then you look at what's going on with the 49ers and suddenly you feel that same anxiety? If the Niners aren't planning to pay BA what he wants and aren't going to trade him, as they have repeatedly said, yeah, that could be a lengthy holdout, fam. It really could. At some point, Aiyuk will have to report to earn an accrued season in order to get paid, right? Things around the house will have really gotten ugly, though, by then. Should BA come in all pissed off. I figured week 6, 7, 8, if Ricky Pearsall comes out and is just lighting it up, and that's asking a lot. If Pearsall, because I think Shanahan's going to go in a different direction. You're going to see a lot more George Kittle and Deebo Samuel. He may step up the production to Juice. He's going to bring Billy. He's going to bring him along slowly. That's the Shanahan style. So, if man, if BA returns without the contract he's seeking, he'll be even more of a distraction. I don't know if his maturity level will let him come in and play hard, because if he thinks the 49ers can trade him, I would assume the intelligent thing for him to do would be to come out there and play his butt off and put on a spectacle of a show. So now, whatever offers the 49ers are turning down, and I imagine they're taking some of those phone calls, even though they're telling people, no, we're telling everybody, we're not, it's out of the question, we're not trading them. If somebody comes in and says the right thing, I bet they would. If Ricky P gets out there and does his thing, and the 49ers actually see it, and Kyle Shanahan will probably recognize whether or not Ricky's going to be able to do it or not, they could bite on a deal, is my feeling. Next, we have Cowherd's injury argument. We saw the 49ers struggled in 2020. Several key players, including Nick Bosa, Jimmy G, GK, just to name a few, missed much of the season with injuries. Speaking of which, did you know that Trent Baalke had to put I didn't see that coming at all. You know, Eric Armstead's already on the PUP list, and training camp hasn't even started yet. Let's wish the best for him. I'm just saying, the 49ers, never mind. Let me continue. And sure, if Purdy or Bosa go down, the season is in question. Colin. What team can't say? That's not applicable to every team in the NFL. You lose your star players, of course you're going down. See, this is what I'm talking about. What are you talking about? That makes no sense. And you've anointed and crowned the Rams as your pick of the West? Okay, let's apply that same thing to the Rams. What would they look like without Matthew Stafford? How long would they last? We going to bring Stetson Bennett the third in? You bring Jimmy in? Jimmy may be good, but Jimmy, I give him 5 minutes. Hand, shoulder, knee, something will go down. He doesn't know your offense. Well, he does kind of similar to what we do. You know what? It's still. You can't lose key players. What happens if the Houston Texans were to lose C.J. Stroud? Or the Cowboys lose Michael Parsons? Notice we didn't say anything about Dak. What's more important, Cowboys? And if there's a Cowboy here, put your Cowboy butt on the phone. I want to know, between Micah and Dak, who are you thinking about paying first? Because, as a matter of fact, from what I understand, CeeDee Lamb is the first one they're going to pay. Cowboys, you know what? I tell you what, I can't find a Cowboy fan right now that I know. Anyway, can the Chiefs win another Super Bowl without Patrick Mahomes? These are almost rhetorical questions. It's really stupid. Cowherd played himself on that one. No doubt about it. He's right about the Niners being an older team with an unhappy hamper in BA. Okay, I get that. Everybody gets that. But that doesn't mean the injury bug will bite them any more than it does any other team in the NFL. That's just the way it works. We saw a lot of teams go down around us last year and didn't contend, and it's a war attrition every year in NFL. Whoever makes it has a good team. Whoever makes it to the end of the line is probably going to be in the playoffs and do well. It's just the way it works. That's why you've got to build depth. You've got to get players that can come in there and take jobs. You've got to pick out talents that are going to grow. You can't have a lot of people on there just being dead weight. They've got to be actually good. We're going to find out about that in a couple positions with the 49ers this year, as it is. But the injury bug's not going to bite the 49ers any more than it does anybody else. Also, an older veteran team is probably not going to be distracted for these kind of things. BA is not going to be able to make everybody on the team say, oh, man, we're not going to be able to continue without BA. I'm so worried about that. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's just not. Cowherd is just high. He's struggling to make any real sense with this one anyway. Now, cue the Big Show. Big Show and I have already had a conversation on Twitter about this. I said, Joe, you know what I'm going to do? Let me throw this together and come on in and let's talk about this. It's like, Show, I'm not going to say what Joe said. Let him come in and tell you. But the question is, Cowherd, is he frightening you? or should he just stop it? Base the screen. Just get all the information you need to get out of there, and let's talk about this. Jesus. That's Cowherd, man. Come on, man. Let's go and check out Matty. Matty!
Yeah, buddy.
Matty. Well, Matty.
Yeah.
We're getting disrespect balls thrown at us again. And
Always good. It's automatic though, Ronbo. Like I got the goggles on for it just in case, you know.
No, man, God. Oh. Man, you know what though? I'm gonna put it on
the standard operating procedure.
It is the Rams. Cowherd's picking the Rams to win the division.
Yeah. That's a joke. Comedians in the house tonight.
Oh, that's one thing.
Rams, dude, they are better than the year after the Super Bowl, but
oh yeah, anybody could have been. High school team would have beat them after that Super Bowl. They came in, everybody left. You had people saying things like, "Just get me the hell up out of L.A." Every player with the damn on the team just wanted to get out.
Get out.
Jalen Ramsey was the most
vocal. They can make some real money.
Oh yeah, and also play with a team that's got something going on. Because after everybody left, even AD finally gave it up this last year. So now they're going to beat out and win the division.
Nah. No, and it's funny because I don't think even the Seahawks or the Cardinals. I don't even think either one of those teams are even close enough to win it. We're at the top of the pack, bro. We are the big dogs.
Oh no doubt. The big cat walk through the jungle is in San Francisco, and that's why I say it's going to take. And you mentioned the Cardinals and the Seahawks. Both those teams they're segueing toward getting better, of course, right? Transition.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I think if we can keep a real consistent base, Ronbo, I think we'll stay relevant even as those teams come up and fluctuate and do their thing. I think, if we're smart with what we're doing, we've got enough of a team now. But you made a point. We got some dudes that are getting up there, but they're not old people, but they're in football years.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of getting old.
Yeah.
So
they pretty much well know what they're doing too. And in Kyle Shanahan's system, I'm always of the mind that the longer you play in it, the more efficient you can play and don't think. And Matty, playing ball, if I'm not having to think and I know exactly what my job is out there at all times, I'm going to be a little more difficult to deal with. And that's pretty much what you got now with the 49ers. And Brock Purdy.
Would you even entertain Devontae Adams?
Yeah, no, I've gone on record already saying
I like him.
Yeah, because that guy beats one-on-one situations. Devontae Adams is usually going to win that. He's just one of those guys. You're not going to lose a Devontae. Yeah. You give him the ball, he's going to get those yards.
There were some people. Well, and people were throwing him shade on some. I can't remember what I was watching earlier today. They were throwing him shade, only as far as not because he's not talented. They weren't hating on him, but they were kind of making that Aiyuk comparison.
Whining.
Do you really want to get rid of a guy you put that much work into versus a guy who's 31?
That's a solid argument though, Matty. I can't confront that.
No. Tough, I guess it was, it was a good argument, but Devontae, if he takes care of his body, he's enough of a talent, he'll be a force to be reckoned with for another 3 or 4 years, I'd imagine.
Yeah, at a high level, and a lower level for him is a much above most cornerbacks that are trying to cover him.
I was kind of thinking that too. I kind of took that into account because, and I feel like he'd be good for the locker room too, man. He seems like he's a level-headed dude.
Yeah, he's like every wide receiver. If they don't get the ball, if they come in and say, "I want this amount of money," and you say no, they go into little fits and tantrums like divas do. So that's the only thing you do. When you have a good wide receiver, the divitude comes with it, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's a little diva that comes along, I think, with all of them. So I wouldn't be opposed to that, but it seems like I'm at a loss at like what's going to happen with this whole situation. Like
Yeah, he's not
I don't
coming,
know.
Maddie, in a couple of days. The thing is, how long is he going to do this? And he's going to be like a shot of adrenaline, though, if he should come back in week 2 or 3. Remember when Nick came out? Because all season long, all I could do was, oh, my God, how are we going to do this without Nick? Man, why haven't you signed him? Then you start designating blame. This is your fault, John. I can't sign him. But it might have been Nick's fault, too, but come on.
Well, Nick, when he took so long with what he was doing with his contract, man. Like it was so obvious that it affected a little bit of the first part of that season.
Oh, remember?
At least for him, anyways.
He was on a pitch count. I mean, the thing is, Nick he came in and he hadn't had any workouts. Didn't he get signed a few days before opening day?
Yeah, crazy.
God. They had him out there in snap counts for about 3 weeks. God.
Yep. Yeah, no, he plays at a high level even at that rate. So
still good.
But I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, he's just a tree trunk, man. Like he's just a specimen of a human being.
Right, I love when they catch him in those candid shots where he's walking across the field. Nick doesn't walk.
Yeah.
He lumbers. Watch him lick the thighs.
I like that.
He's just a lighter skinned version or a different color than the Incredible Hulk walking across the field. Look at Nick. He's as thick at the top as he is at the bottom. How many human beings are being built like that?
Well, with the Hulk, he does like that Hulk smash. It'd be like Bosa smash.
At any rate, Manny, the guys, the AIDS thing, though, I think that's Colin. That's just overworked.
That's legit.
I know.
Well, we put so much time and like training effort and just I don't know, man. Like I feel like the 49ers have somewhat. I mean, obviously Brandon Aiyuk was already a talent in himself, but like, the 49ers kind of, I don't know, that was kind of our project. Sure. But it'd be hard to see him go either way.
Yeah, I think the 49ers are serious about him not leaving, if for no other reason, just to be spiteful. I agree. And I can just see Brandon next year. So y'all
seems that way.
No, we're gonna. Here. This is your. This is that contract that you've been saying you wouldn't do, but you're going to do it, or else I guess we're going to have a problem with that, I guess. At some point, you probably get mad with it, right? So, no, y'all ain't, I'm not saying.
Well, how many penalties do you want to take? Like, how much financial hit do you want to take?
But a franchise tag would just send them through the roof.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, it's kind of funny. It's not funny, but it is funny, because I'm thinking, I don't.
It is funny.
God, Niners. Can we stop this?
It's funny because they have all the control.
They do.
They do. They have all the control. They have all the leverage.
You could do 3 years of his life. And unfortunately, that would send a message to anybody else who wants to just push the 49ers over a cliff. And I really do think they're right about this. Brandon's being a little unfair. He's not Jefferson. He could get St. Brown's
no, he's
money,
not.
but don't ask for north of $30 million, and 28 is fine.
If he'd have come in at like 28 or 29 and he hadn't been like bugging like he is right now, they probably would have paid him already.
Oh yeah, Brandon, you're a part of a machine. You're not the machine.
Yeah,
you're part of what we do.
You're not. Yeah.
Yeah, and we need you.
Yeah, you're like a leg.
Yeah, but give us a break. We got to pay you all the money so we can't pay anybody else. Why? Kills me,
Ronbo.
I mean, you're going to starve to death on $28 million?
Yeah, I guess. Can't you just go take a little feather out of Tom Brady's hat, man? Take some good money, but leave it workable, man.
Help keep some guys around you.
Let's make a team we can win multiple Super Bowls with.
Sure. Because, Matty, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna
frustrating, dude.
I'm gonna be back on. Is it camp opens in a couple of days? I'll be back in a couple of days. I'm gonna see what happens the first day because we're all gonna be sitting there saying, "Whoop, BA, MIA, no,
MIA, no." Yeah, I have a feeling things are gonna. Yeah, I have a feeling the next couple of days are gonna be spicy.
I know, right? I mean, really.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll see you.
Gives us something to do, Ronbo. Gives us something to do.
I know we can talk and talk trash and make fun of people. Talk about the Rams and then joke of a possibility of beating us.
We need to talk more trash about the Seahawks.
I kind of got, you know what, Matty? There's no animosity. I don't really hate the Seahawks right now. I got over it a couple of years ago, actually, when we first started not having a lot of trouble. I said, well, that threat's kind of over. I'm still a little concerned because of that uniform still intimidates me. But when I see the games, I say, well, no, I guess we got this.
It's still the football hatred for the Seahawks still runs real thick in me, man.
Because you're around those fans all the time.
But I live around them. Yeah. I live around them.
I know.
So,
okay, man.
They love that red gold, bro.
I know.
I rep it all the time.
I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to see you Wednesday. Let things get well underway. All right?
All right, buddy. Yeah, sounds good, brother. Have a good night, man.
You too, Matty. Night, fam.
Night, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Double A. Come on in, man.
Ronbo.
Double A. Sounds like a shoe size. I like that. Very narrow feet. And you know what? I tell you, man, you're reading through the dailies. It's been kind of boring lately. I'm reading through the dailies and, they're saying things about this. They're saying things about that. They're repeating things. Some writers are repeating and vomiting up what somebody else already said, And then there's Cowherd, and he did it on purpose just to stand out. He doesn't believe what he said himself. Yes, he goes on and says, Brandon Aiyuk, the money, these guys are getting too old. They're not even going to win the NFC West. I'm picking the Rams. So suddenly, I read past paragraph 1 to find out what else he was talking about. I said, Cowherd, just because Lance dated your daughter and dropped her, you're going to carry this torch for how long? Get over it. Your daughter hasn't resettled with somebody else? Aren't you happy now that maybe Trey's having some issues? I mean, come on, man. What are you talking about? Stop throwing darts at the 49ers. This is stupid. But, I mean, what is your opinion on all this stuff? 49ers are too old. Brandon Aiyuk can stop us from doing the things we need to do. The Rams have gotten too tough for us. What are you thinking?
I mean, first of all, I don't have no clue what Colin is talking about. And I mean, it's not like our roster is like old ass cheese.
Very well aged cheddar.
Mean, yeah. I mean, I think Nick Bosa is like 26 years old or something like that.
Somewhere. He's not 30.
No. McCaffrey is like 27 years old.
He's not 30 either. Yeah.
No.
George Kittle. You know what? We have a few guys that are getting a bit long on the tooth, but they're still playing primetime football, for now, and especially this year.
Yeah, even Trent Williams is 36. I mean, he's still playing at an elite high level.
He's still best left tackle in the he's still probably the best left tackle in the league. It's got a little closer than it was 2 years ago. There's some guys around the league now that play great left tackle, but Trent's one of them. He's in that same sentence.
Yeah, and I think look, Lenore is like 25 years old. So,
Diamador? Oh, not you're talking
uh-huh.
about guys who haven't. Debo. Did you say
Yeah,
Debo or
Debo
Debo?
is like,
Yeah, Debo. Yeah.
oh, no, well, I said Lenore, Diablo
Oh no,
Lenore.
no. He's just getting off his rookie contract. He's not. If Cowherd, I don't think Cowherd was talking about him.
Oh, okay. But,
He's just talking about a team overall.
yeah, oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I see. Um, and even Hufanga is like 24 years old. So
No, these guys are. We
I
got a.
mean,
We're a mix. Cowherd doesn't pay any attention. 49ers are a mix of youngsters and veterans. And in fact, it's a very good mix due to the fact that you have just enough youth coming up, and you got exactly the veterans you need in perfect position to make sure things happen. These guys aren't beyond
yeah,
prime time vets. They're just vets, grizzled, tough, been there, done that. You're not going to surprise them with anything. This is an asset. It's not a detriment. And Colin, oh God, what is he talking about?
yeah. I mean, I mean, I've been stopped watching
I did
Colin.
too. I read this.
Like
I
he
didn't
don't,
watch him because that guy bothers me.
yeah, like he always get on my nerves about the 49ers. So
Do you remember? Did you ever watch him? I used to watch because, like most guys, I enjoyed looking at Joy Taylor. Right? Him and Joy Taylor were on the same show. Well, that was, ooh, that was rough. But you know what? During those days, Cowherd was a little more unbiased. He was a little more. He said things that had a balance. You know, he wasn't leaning on the 49ers. In fact, he said a few good things about the 49ers back there. Joy was working the 49ers over like somebody, those movies you watch, the guy's being held and the guy's just throwing punches to the midsection coming down. That was Joy was just throwing punch after punch. Joy!
oh yeah,
Oh, that's not right. So, now it's just Cowherd sitting in his house, that background, bookshelf. And like he got up at 3 o'clock in the morning to talk trash. He put it up. What the hell? So, yeah. God.
but yeah. So you know what, Ronbo? I just don't think Brandon Aiyuk is going to hold out because he's going to get fined a lot of dollars.
I know. You know what?
And I think the fine is like
a lot.
50,000 per day.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They'll waive those fines upon signing. No, this is just to let that player know. And I don't think any player worries about that daily fine. His fines are going to start on the 23rd of July. And for every workout he misses, 50,000 is the number. I haven't paid that any attention. 50,000?
Yeah.
You miss 6 or 7 workouts. That's already a lot of money. And then you start talking about missing games.
Yeah.
I don't believe he's going to do it. He's going to hate the 49ers.
I don't think so, Ronbo.
Nah.
Yeah. I mean, I just hope I just hope it's not like the situation like, remember when who was Pittsburgh's running back? Was it Le'Veon Bell?
That's him.
Yeah.
His life hasn't been the same since.
No. And Le'Veon was trying to get paid like a top,
Well, you know what?
top running back.
He was. Bell was a bad mofo. He should have went about doing that the other way. He even admits right now that he wished he'd have took another avenue to get what he was trying to get, because his life has sucked since then. So, as far as a football player, so people get scared of you when you do things like that. If I'm a GM, I'd be afraid to sign you now because I don't know when you're going to pull that number on me. So, anyway, we're going to go. Hey, fam, I'll be back. Let's come back Wednesday. Things should have developed by then and see what happens. All right?
All right, Ronbo.
All right. Double A, I'll see you on Twitch. I'm sorry, Twitter.
Yeah. All right, Ronbo. Have a good night.
You too. Appreciate you, Aaron. And let's go to New Mexico and check out Lorenzo.
Fuck them Cowboys.
Lorenzo,
Ronbo.
man, do you watch Colin Cowherd? A lot of 49er fans ask, do you watch Cowherd? Nobody says yes anymore.
I don't. No.
Yeah, nobody watches him.
I don't watch him, Nick, or that other fool. I forget what the heck that other guy's name is.
Oh, how many hate him? Nick Wright is like, Nick Wright's at an upper echelon level. Nick Wright is somebody you actually would think about. If I was sitting in a restaurant with Nick, I'd order a whole chicken just so I could throw the drumsticks at him from across the room and act like I didn't do it. God, that dude is annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of them, they just like to instigate shit. They don't really know what they're talking about, But I think we're the team to beat again,
Yeah. The roster's too, first of all, they're too good. They've been together too long. The 49ers know what they're doing now completely. When they make mistakes, they make mistakes. It's not because teams beat them. It's because they made a mistake. Now, that's the only way it's going to be. What if they stop with the mistakes? Hell, steamroll most teams.
Well, yeah. So I'm not really, the ball bounces the way it does,
Yeah, it does.
But we're fucking good, Yeah, we have a good team. You got to remember, they're all professional football teams, too, I'm kind of worried about Dallas with that coach. What is Bill Belichick's is? He's their coach this year, right?
Yeah. But hey, I'm glad you mentioned that, Lorenzo. How many Belichick coaches have left Belichick and did a damn thing?
Yeah.
You got to think about that, don't you?
Yeah,
I can't think of it.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do with Jerry Jones over there, though,
He's going to kowtow. He's going to bow. He's going to listen, and he's going to do as JJ says. See, that's what Jerry's problem is. That's what the Cowboys' problem is. He hires people and doesn't let them run the team.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably the biggest problem they got,
He is, I know.
But I don't know. He might get the Dallas curse and not win shit again either, I don't think. Yeah, Dallas is just fucked up. They don't. I'm glad too. I'm glad. I'm glad they're not relevant.
Because they've had some good teams.
Like Colin and Nick. They're championing Dallas every year.
Yeah. All right.
So that's that's what you're listening to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
that's why they'll always be the butt of every joke.
I'm pretty sure I've picked better than all those guys every year, so I think,
Lorenzo, the 49ers...
You know what an expert is, Ronbo?
What?
An expert is somebody that tells you a whole lot about nothing. That's what an expert is.
There's so many of those.
Yeah.
But Lorenzo, now... We both agree the 49ers got a great team. Do you see his age being a factor of holding the 49ers back? Now, granted, you can't be getting injured and hurt because it takes a little while for those guys, a little longer to heal up than it may have used to 4 or 5 seasons ago. But is that not a problem all around the NFL?
Yeah, but if you take, I don't think, Trent Williams is the oldest, right? 36, but he's a phenomenal guy,
Yeah,
for his health.
Yeah.
Takes
Like
care
an
of himself
alien.
and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't really have, people in 30, he's old. I don't know. We're a different breed, though,
Well, yeah, football age. Yeah, football years. people look at that as
But they've learned how to take care of themselves better than they did, 20 years ago.
Yeah, those guys, they got science behind their workouts now. When they get through working out, they know just exactly what to do to help that body recover. They've got things you can intake as far as supplements and things like that increase the body's ability to heal or at least restore itself. So, yeah, it's different than you're like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, back then everybody was drinking, partying, and check that old Dallas team, all hooked up on the motels, underage kids.
Yeah.
They were a mess,
Booze being brought in, and yeah.
So I don't really see, I don't see 30 as old. I guess
George Kittle
steps, but,
is 30. I think George is going to hit 30 this year, 30, 31. But George Kittle, another guy. We got a lot of guys that don't fit the human mold. They get out there and they do things that your average individual will never be able to do.
Yeah.
So
I feel pretty good about it this year again. As far as the Rams, I don't know. Like I said, I don't listen to those guys. I listen to what I see on the field myself, And, I think I told you that before. I don't really argue with anybody.
It's best. It's more healthy not to.
Than I do, Yeah, because that's pretty much everybody, except for Ronbo Sport.
There you go, and I do appreciate it. And hey, in the Brandon Aiyuk deal, okay, we've talked about it ad nauseum. Now, Brandon's losing money each and every day. Most of us are thinking he ain't gonna want to lose any money after about 3 or 4 or 5 of them payments, or should I say 3 or 4. Bills hitting him. All of a sudden, he looks at his email. You are now in arrears of $100,000. 3 weeks later, you now owe $250,000 penalty fees. Hey, Lorenzo, can you imagine reading that in your mail? They're constantly billing you and telling you how much you owe, payable by the end of whatever.
I can imagine that real easy.
Woo! God.
Yeah. I don't see him holding out. If not, he's gonna, they're gonna make him sit. I don't think, if he keeps this shit up, they're gonna probably. I don't know. I'd make him sit. Be disgruntled.
Yeah, but he's a good football player. I need him on the team.
Really good. But we don't need a disgruntled player on the team.
No, I know. I really wish we could work this out. I want a harmonious team out there, one for all and all for one, all with the same. I mean, the objective has got to be the same. These guys got to go out there. I don't want all those other distractions. I want you guys to focus on the prize at hand. Go. Let's go. Brandon's.
Isn't that other rookie really fast too, like a 4.3 guy?
Who?
The shorter one, not Purcell, but the other guy.
Cowherd.
No,
he's a bullet. Yeah, that's why Danny's leaving if he can play. Yeah, Danny Gray is.
Yeah.
Yeah, between him and Danny, if the one that could play the best, and Danny's pretty much. I think Cowherd beats him out.
Yeah. We'll see what happens, but I don't ever try to let's go speculate, This might happen. Let's just put the pads on. Let's see what happens. And then we'll go.
Exactly. We can make judgment calls then for sure.
Right now, I'm full of confidence and, and unlike, firing everybody and starting over, like some people's plans, I don't think that'll work,
No.
That
has never worked for any kind of company.
Pissed me off. He only got us to 3 Super Bowls,
You saw that, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the hell,
That's a comical argument. I don't say anything anymore because some people really are emotional about that. And I don't want to, I just don't feel like pissing them off. But I mean, I think that's, come on, guys. Really? Give me another coach.
If they win the Super Bowl, we didn't win by enough, We should have had a 2, repeat or some shit,
Lorenzo, get ready, man.
We are pretty chill, I don't, whatever, I just go with it,
Yeah. And when they do,
no matter what,
about time. Yeah.
When they do win it, I'm going to be out of control for a while, you know.
Oh, me and you both, man. Oh, God, yes. Now we're amongst the best of all time. Can't nobody talk to us. Cowboy fans, no, Rams fans especially. All those teams are below us anyway. They're talking trash even now. They can't say another damn word. Lorenzo, we got to go though, man. Production's waving. Hey, Lorenzo, I'll be back Wednesday. All right?
All right. I'll try to catch you then.
I'll be looking for you, too. All right. Night, Lorenzo.
All right. Bye.
Here he is. It's a big show. Ooh, it's a big show on tonight. Hey, show.
Yes, sir.
So break it down. Bishop, I'm doing great, man. You know, I'll be fine until week 3 or 4, and Brandon Aiyuk is still reportedly holding out and is making no bones about it. He will sit out the entire season if need be. Can you imagine? No, stop it, Ron. But Big Show, we were talking about this on Twitter, and you said we need to face reality that this team is getting up there in age, and the old teams are not winning Super Bowls. Show, amplify on that a bit.
I've not seen an older team win the Super Bowl in a while. We currently have next year 41 free agents. 18 of them are 30 years old, and there's a handful of them that are approaching 30. And NFL players, 30 is old in the NFL world. Outside of the NFL world, 30 isn't old. This is a league for 23-year-olds, 21-year-olds, and 25-year-olds now. The Chiefs are relatively young still. Their average age is 28. Ours is 30, I believe. And
I can't believe that.
Along with age in the NFL comes tread 30? on the tires and. Yeah. Oh, Ronbo, we have 41 free agents next year. 18 of them
I'm talking about this year.
30, and a handful of them are approaching 30. That includes this year too.
Okay, Brock Purdy's what, 18? Brandon Aiyuk, 26, 27. Who's on the other
Williams
side?
Is 36. Kyle Juszczyk is over 30. Deebo Samuel's getting around 30. George Kittle's a little over 30.
That's 4.
And a lot of the players that we have on 1-year deals are 30 years old.
Yeah, but do they really count in the big picture?
And so,
I'm talking about the guys that are a functioning part of this unit. Fred Warner, how old is Fred?
He's about like 28, I believe, 29. He's going to be 29 this year.
I think you're upping it. I think you're upping it.
He's getting up there in 30.
George Kittle. He's 2 years behind.
But anyways, I've not seen. I've
not
seen.
28. No way the average age of the Niners is that high.
Can I get you to back up on your average 30? We're not averaging 30 years old. This team isn't that old. Not that kind of old.
Ronbo, I just listed the number of players that we have that are.
But that doesn't make the whole team average to 30.
18 players.
18?
That's all. 18, yes.
Yeah, we got a roster bigger than that.
That's a large chunk of our players on this team.
Okay.
That I don't know. I've never seen a team old win a Super Bowl.
Well, Tom Brady and company.
Granted, Peyton Manning did, but he didn't carry that
What
team.
are you talking about, man? Brock Purdy is like 23 years old, man. They're not old.
I never said anything about Brock Purdy.
McCaffrey is 26 years old. Isn't he 27
He's
years
actually
old?
28. Christian McCaffrey's 28 years old.
And the core of the team is Brock and Christian and Debo, and they're all like 28 years or younger.
Yeah, and Christian's about to be 29 coming up here pretty soon. So is Debo Samuel.
Joe's giving it before his birthday.
Anyways, I just don't see it. Like these guys have a lot of tread on their tires now.
Okay, so
and
now where do you see
they get up every week for 17 weeks. This team has been together for a long time. So, mind you,
I just want to ask one question though.
And
as you mentioned, older teams are not winning Super Bowls. How many really young teams are winning Super Bowls other than the Chiefs?
Well, when the Seahawks won the Super Bowl, they were pretty relatively young.
I mentioned that earlier. Okay.
look out for the look out for different teams this year that are going to be in the playoffs. The Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers are fairly young. The Detroit Lions are fairly young.
Yeah.
We still have to deal with the Eagles, but they're not. I don't think they're that good anymore like they used to be.
Yeah. But the teams you mentioned,
and
the
so on
Eagles,
and so forth. But
the Cowboys, the teams that are in contention, they're not little boys, except for the Cowboys.
Why is this subject all of a sudden triggering like a lot of people on our
I'm
fans?
just
Like
saying,
it's the truth. Like we are getting older.
Well, yeah,
we are getting older. We're getting expensive, and this is exactly showing why we can't pay Barnett and Aiyuk, because we have a lot of top heavy contracts right now, and we didn't have that issue when we signed Fred Warner. We didn't have that issue when we signed Nick Bosa. We didn't have that issue when we signed Deebo Samuel. Now that all these guys are signed, we didn't have Trent Williams even. We never had issues like that. Now that a lot of these guys are signed and have a lot of top heavy contracts, we can't afford Aiyuk. So that is going to be an issue going into the season.
Detroit versus everybody.
Can't go out a day without.
They don't have a Ronbo Sports. Detroit versus themselves.
Go ahead, Chip.
But anyways, it may become a distraction, like, because he might not be in mandatory camp.
Guaranteed he's not.
He wants his money.
Huh.
He wants his money, and he wants it now. And unfortunately, we don't have it for him. And he said you can either afford a Ferrari or not, or you're going to let one get away. And that's the reality of that situation. Like, he wants to be on a team that can afford to pay him, and if it costs him being in the playoffs every year, then so be it. He just wants his money and setting up his family for the future and setting himself up for the future, and that's all he cares about. He doesn't care about this team anymore. He's made that clear.
Well, he did initially. I mean, now show. Let us also point out the fact that he did mention he wanted to stay with the 49ers. They're his first choice. He's only getting frustrated right now. Now, remember, speaking out of frustration, we've all done
They're his first choice if the price has been met. They're his first choice. Let's be clear. They're his first choice if they can meet at the price that he's asking, and they're not meeting at the price that he's asking. That's what he meant when he said that the 49ers are his first choice. But they can't come to an agreement on price, and so he's done with them.
No, he's growing impatient, and he's also become a way to. He needs to come halfway at least. I hate this with demanding. So I don't know.
But I don't see what Colin said wrong, other than I disagree with him about losing our division. I think we'll win our division, but
okay.
I still think we're old. We have a lot of tread on the tires of these guys that have been here for quite some time, and I think frankly are getting tired of losing, and getting tired of being beat up and putting their bodies on the line every weekend. And
but you're not gonna win any.
You got to be careful, like having an older roster, because along with that comes a lot of injuries with that too.
Well, yeah.
Especially when you're older in the NFL.
But if you don't have a nucleus of team, or nucleus of players going that are at least 2 to 3 years old together, sure, you're not going to win. You're going to be like Detroit. You'll be like Green Bay. All these up and coming teams.
Those are
up and coming.
They literally almost kicked us off the playoff ticket last
what
year,
happened?
But
what ended up happening?
27 years old. He's 27 years old, so what are you talking about, man?
But Joe, show they didn't. And the reason they didn't is because of their youthfulness.
Because
that's what got
number
me.
one, no, the Detroit Lions choked on fourth down calls. They shouldn't have done that. They should have played it smart and kicked field goals and played conservatively during that time, but they didn't, and they went.
Relatively new coach. You're just putting your team together. You're going to get beat.
He's learned. I think he's learned from that mistake, and
too late.
We just gotta. It's a different NFL. Like you got to be youthful in this league now. Like you cannot be older at all. Like it's the same thing with the NBA. You can't be. That league is not meant for 30-year-olds anymore. It's meant for 23-year-olds, and that's why you see the Warriors deploying the way they are right now. Like they had to get rid of Klay Thompson because it was approaching.
Are the Panthers going to hurt people this year?
I'm sorry?
Are the Panthers going to hurt people this year?
No, because their quarterback is a bum. Bryce Young is no C.J. Stroud. I'm sorry.
How about the Cardinals? Are you expecting them to tear ass this year?
I'm a little worried about the Cardinals. I'm a little terrified about that with Marvin Harrison and
Actually,
Kyler
I am
Murray,
too.
the way he swirls around us.
Yeah, he's not that babyish anymore. Well,
No.
So I appreciate your
kind of
argument. Go ahead.
I don't get why we're getting all triggered over this and so emotional.
No,
It's the reality of the situation. We are getting older. That's the
We're
fact.
not triggered. I'm just pointing out that they're not old enough to be considered so old they can't win now. They're going to win.
Just admit it. You
win.
like them young. You like them young.
I don't see us winning a Super Bowl like.
Come on, that's blasphemy. Okay, listen, but let me see.
I'm sorry. I don't. But shout out to everyone. Y'all take care. And even the crybabies think I cry all the time on here when I don't. So shout out to everyone. Take care.
Bye, crybaby.
Okay, stop it, guys. Show, I'll see you Wednesday. Oh, I love Show, man. Guy, he came in tonight and stood his ground. You got to do that. Brian, you just mean. Hey, Arnold Spears is having a birthday. Let's do Arnold's birthday first, though. Arnold, NC2. You playing NC2A? I'll be winning. Happy. We're not too old and gonna win the Super Bowl 2024, 25, 59. Arnold, happy 90th birthday to you. Happy 90th birthday to you. Happy 90th birthday, Big Arnold. Good to see you again. I haven't seen you in a long time. And let us now go to Casey. Was working show like, well, Casey, boy, you were kind of hard on the show tonight, man.
I might have been triggered. That might have triggered
Were
me
you
a little
triggered?
bit. I just turned 33.
I guess that's what
I'm not
show.
getting any younger, Ronbo.
I guess that's why. I guess show. You sounded triggered to show. I guess that's why he used that word.
I'm 33 years old. Can a middle-aged white man catch a break? I don't know what show's talking about.
I don't. I think that's premature to decide a team is down for the count because they're nearing 30. And also show. I'm going to come back with numbers. I don't think the 49ers average is now 30. I don't believe that.
Can't be.
No, right. There's not enough.
Can't.
Yeah, you need people. You need a lot of people over 30
28.
and more people. I'd go for 28, 20. Yeah, 28.
Ronbo, the thing is, I'm looking at Purdy's stats, and Purdy has the first overall QBR. He's third in touchdowns, fifth in yards, and he doesn't make Orlovsky's top 10 list.
Your support for Donald J. Trump.
We don't support dingleberries on this.
Go ahead.
Ronbo, I just, they make these lists and they forget to put Purdy on it because they need the comments. They need the 49er fan base to flood the comments and everything.
Mm-hmm. And because we're an emotional group, aren't we?
And it sounds like
Yeah.
we are, Ronbo. We're passionate. We've got 5 Super Bowls on, under our belt here, Ronbo. It's the world champion San Francisco 49ers.
I mean, in case you're like you and I,
the Arizona Cardinals.
we'll stand up for the 49ers.
The Cardinals.
Yeah, right. When's the last time you seen a Cardinal fan arguing with anybody about the Cardinals? This is like,
Ronbo, shout out to the Cardinals.
I mean, some teams have no business arguing. The Rams really are out of line arguing. The Rams have no ground to stand on. It took 70 years to win a trophy in Los Angeles. They won one in St. Louis. Since I said, you guys haven't won any Super Bowls in Santa Clara. Well, you guys only won one in L.A. And you've been around for as long as the 49ers or longer. So, this is why, it's tough being a 49er fan because insults, the disrespect, disregard
Ronbo, if I was a Cardinal
achievements.
fan, I would hate the 49ers right now.
I know, right?
I would hate this
Hawks and Rams, all of them in our division. Yeah. So
yeah, the fact of the matter is, Brock Purdy is a young man.
Wait a minute, Eric.
McCaffrey's a young man.
Wait a minute, Eric Walls. Eric, is that the 49ers average age? Yeah, that's 27 years, show. 27 years old and 3 months, 20 days. He's got it down to the day. I could. Let's get the hours out there too. It's not dirty, show. Stop with that. Okay, go ahead. Thank you, Eric. And Eric is a Hawks fan. Good guy that he is. Case? Yeah.
Ronbo. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
I'm out on the street waiting for my DoorDash here. I'm kind of multitasking right now.
Wait a minute. You're on the street waiting for what?
My DoorDash.
Okay.
There's not many full-grown men I would wait an hour on the phone to speak with, Ronbo.
I love when you remind me of that. Guys, okay. Now we got the old age thing is not a factor. Now, how about Brandon Aiyuk? Is he really going to slow us down this year? Or do we have people old enough on this team to realize that you've got a job to do and let the front office deal with Brandon? He'll be fine.
Tough conversation, Ronbo. I'm watching every touchdown that the 49ers scored last year. They start off with 2 to Aiyuk.
I am.
was like, oh, no.
You know, I am in actually you know what? I agree. Brandon Aiyuk, I want him on this team. Make no mistake.
Definitely. His downfield blocking is so good. He's had some pretty, in terms of spectacular catches, it's Brandon Aiyuk. He's their best catcher on the team.
No doubt about it. Debo is not that kind of talented.
I mean, Debo's a brick. You know, he's a powerhouse, man.
And I like what he does. I want him to continue to do that. But Aiyuk does what he does, and I don't know about Ricky P. As everybody's.
I don't know about Ricky P. downfield blocking yet.
I don't even know if he can go out.
You know,
he may get hit at the line of scrimmage and decide, I don't know about this game. But what if he turns into Dante Pettis? No, nobody's that tender.
I don't think it's going to happen, Ronbo.
Yeah, Dante Pettis.
Ricky looks promising. He looks like he could be solid, man.
I'm kidding. Ricky Pearsall's going to be fine.
Aiyuk is he's needed. Him and Debo. Kyle was just starting to do these like double packages with him and Aiyuk, with him and Debo. I'm going to be very sad if they somehow find a way to get him off the team. I mean, he's on their 5th year, so
well, they're not going to get rid of him, Case. They made that
doesn't
clear.
Look good though, Ronbo.
Well, him playing doesn't look good, but they're not. If he thinks he's leaving to get a new address, he's got another thing coming. They're serious about that. Or they would
he's probably going to have
already.
to go to the other side of the country. If he's not going to be in San Francisco, he might have to go to the Bills. You know, to refill
they love it.
Or to the Packers.
God, they love it.
There's really no number 1 wide receiver on the Packers. I think that would make the most sense.
They got one. That tall kid that got hurt last year that used to play with Trey.
Yeah.
That dude is good. And who they beat us? They beat us with those running backs. They were beating us with those running backs in that playoff game. So I don't know about who they got to catch the ball though. Yeah.
Ronbo, the point is, my DoorDash just got here, so I gotta go and get my food here.
No problem, Case, and appreciate you getting in here. And
thank you.
It was fun listening to you working the show. That was pretty interesting. I've never seen you do that before. Case, go get that DoorDash. I'll see you Wednesday.
All right, Ronbo. They're listening to us in the Congo. Thank you, man.
I hope so. Night, Casey. Man, let's go check. Hey, Anthony.
Ronbo, my man.
Anthony. Well, I think, according to that Fox Sports analyst host, our 49ers are too old to be talking about winning even the division. Brandon Aiyuk is going to be a problem because he's not playing. I mean, I don't know. Have you looked upon and thought about these things and thought that they might be a problem? And we don't have any money. All of our guys are too expensive.
First of all, Rambo, Kyle is a man. He's a douchebag, man.
He's turned into one, hasn't he? Every time he opens that mic and says anything about the 49ers, it's not going to be good.
Ever since that happened between him, Trey Lance, and his daughter,
I guess that really pissed him off. He can't get over it.
He might well to get over Rambo because his daughter, at the first girl that I had a little cookie jar, played in, and the guy moved on.
Cowherd, I don't understand. Well, you should have raised her different then. Don't make better choices. Don't blame the player. Hate the game, you know. That's the way it is. If you got a daughter, you need to be careful because there's going to be instances where she's going to do things you don't understand. Then you need to figure out some way. Yeah, I mean, God. Getting mad at the entire organization. And Trey's not even playing with 49ers anymore. And he's still talking.
That's right. He's over there with the Cowboys.
Yeah, talk about them for a while.
Yeah, Ronbo. I usually like talking, listen to Big Show.
I know.
But I don't know what he's smoking or not. He's smoking some powerful stuff tonight.
So, I could almost tell. I knew when I was thinking about this, Show was going to object. Show wants the team to look a certain way. I'm not sure if he started out carefully to think about the impact, the potential of some of the things that he puts together as far as how good that team's going to be. You can't get rid of all your stars because they want to get paid. They're worth the money. That means they're probably good players. You can't play with a bunch of rookies and win anything. It's not going to happen. It'd be nice.
No, it's not going to happen, Ronbo. Because those vet players are going to take advantage of those rookies every time.
Every time. That's the gospel truth. That's why they're called rookies and those are called veterans.
That's right. Well, now the only player you can look at is just say he's up in the age is Trent Williams.
Mm-hmm. And he's still one of the best in the game.
But he's still playing at a high level, though.
Yep. Next to him is Aaron. Banks is really, that toe last year is the only thing that slowed him down. We got people working on center. Jake Brindle for the meantime. He's not great, but he's not awful. Next to him, there's an older guy. You got Feliciano in there. But, yes, everybody agrees that McKivitz needs some work. But we've got a young offensive line. We've been working on it for 20 years. We had one stretch with Harbaugh where we had an offensive line that we could all applaud. Ever since then, it's been pins and needles.
Oh, yeah.
Every year.
I mean, when you ask me sure about Carolina,
that's a young team.
The quarterback is not a bomb. He working with nothing over there.
I know.
No line, no wide receivers, no nothing.
Lucky he didn't get killed. I mean, they had him stretched out there a few times. I watched one game and said, "Ooh, Bryce, you okay? Get up, man." Because, he's too little to begin with, and he hasn't got any protection. He's running for his life. He can't find any receivers. I think again, Bryce, you and
I will say one thing. He tough though, Ronbo. He kept calling up though.
Yeah, he did. He's tough. Actually, it's tougher than Kyler Murray. Kyler didn't get up a few times.
Kyler laid down there and said, "And forget this."
Remember that year we took him out? Kyler was stretched out there, and trainers, everybody hustled out on the field, and he was getting ready to go to the playoffs the next week, and we ruined their chances that year. They mangled him up. 49ers did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If I had a son that was only 5.
We hit him a couple times.
I know, man. He got caught, and his best thing is not get caught.
I heard the footsteps. He just laid down now.
Well, he could get up, couldn't he? But if I had a son 5'7", 5'8", quarterback, I'd say, you look good out there. But listen, let me tell you one thing. I think you're a good baseball player. I think you probably should deal with that. I like the NFL.
Yeah.
I know, but I don't know if he should play quarterback. I'm gonna tell him the truth. You get smacked. It's gonna be bad. Me and your mama's gonna be crying her eyes out, and I'm gonna be telling you, I told him not to do this. Oh God. Whew. So,
and far as our defense goes this year, Ronbo, you remember I told you this. Our defense gonna be on fire.
I know. I'm looking for that too. I think they might be better than last year, just due to the healthy parts. Eric's already on the bump list.
He's gonna be better than last year. Yeah. I think this year we're gonna get our 2019 defense back.
Can you imagine? I like that. Quarterback looking like he's under siege before the ball's even smacked. Remember Jared Goff in L.A.? Jared wouldn't even try to pass the ball. I remember he couldn't get it out of his hands fast enough to hand it off. That's when we're really scary.
He's going to be paying. He's going to have another breakout year this year because
he worked out all season.
When he hold out, he said for his game.
Hell yeah, naturally it would. You can work out all you want to, but you need some reps. It's a different training.
Yeah, you need some reps. Then you got Leonard Floyd over there coming up.
I think him and Nick will be. I think they're going to be a good tandem.
They're going to be a good tandem. And plus Hargrave, he was nicked up too.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be back to himself like he was when he was playing with the Eagles.
I forgot about Hargrave. And I need Malik to stop that run. I need some run stoppers too, because teams are going to know better than try to get back in a run passing formation too much. They think they're going to beat us on the run like they did last year.
Malik and Isaac, y'all watch what I tell you, man.
Yeah, and that dude we picked up from the Panthers too. Is that? Yeah, I understand he is not bad. So we got. I can't pronounce his name.
Mattis, yeah.
Mattis, yeah. I can't wait for that. I'm not even worried about the edge. I just want to know: can you stop the run?
About the edge at all.
Yeah.
See, that's what that was Cross Mattis. He's good at stopping the run. And the guy we went out of Cleveland.
Oh, yeah, he looks like the kind of guy that he may not be able to get your quarterback, but he come running up through there. Yeah, he'll put an end to that. Anthony, I can't wait. We got a couple of days to go. Wednesday, I'll be back Wednesday, and we're going to find out if Brandon Aiyuk is serious or the 49ers serious. One of them's going to, whichever one blinks first, I guess. We'll find out. Who?
If he's smart, Ronbo, if you cried about money, why hold out and lose money?
I know. Well, he thinks they're going to finally come around or trade him or something. I wonder if you get traded, are you still liable for that fine? I guess you could make your new team pay. No, they're not going to trade him. I don't think so.
He ain't got no leverage, Ronbo.
I know. He should know. Brandon, let that $1 million for over a measly $1 million or $2 million, you're going to stand there and cut in the whole ground. Let it go, Brandon. It's okay.
Yeah, my grandma can say, cutting a fool over a few dollars.
No, it really is. If you give me 28 instead of 30, I'm not going to be mad about that. God. Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, I'll see you Wednesday, fam. Appreciate you.
All right, Ronbo. All right, appreciate you, Ronbo.
Thanks, fam.
Yeah.
All right. See, the way we're talking millions of dollars here. Give me 27. I'd say things like, you know what, you guys are short ending me now. So okay, we'll tell you what, give me some incentives that will make it equal to another $8 million you got to deal. Eric!
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you for coming up and compiling that figure for us, because I was going to go back and get it. I just didn't have time now, but thank you so much. 27 years old. That's not old, Big Show. Not even football years, that's not old.
You can't to find out that information and be like, dude, no.
Also, he's right about that. You do need to have the young up-and-comers continuing to come. But unless they can outplay my veterans, he needs to sit down and get better. And he's only going to get better by playing more. Look at Green Bay's quarterback. You think he would have looked like he does now in year one? Jordan Love would have. No. I bet he wouldn't have. I saw him in year one. He looked like a prospect. That's what happens. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, man. How you doing, bud?
Doing all right. Just sitting there contemplating. Season's already underway, too. Eric, we're looking now. 49ers start the 23rd, day after tomorrow. And, yeah. And it's underway. We got the exhibition, the annual exhibition coming up is that on the 10th? Which kicks off the season. So, we're underway. God. Yeah.
So, hey, how's Cody Slater? How's he looking?
Eric, we won't know yet because nothing's been said. Reporters aren't going to camp or anything. And, of course, they're out taking a break. Cody's probably over in your neighborhood now. Are you live up in the Northwest?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody's probably at home now. Isn't Cody from that area?
What?
Isn't Cody? Is his family and everything? Is he rooted in that area?
No, he came from Missouri.
Missouri. Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, he's wherever he's got to be. The 49ers, like everybody else, is they're finishing out their break. He might be making his way back to town by now, though. So, yeah, we don't know anything about him yet, other than the fact that he's been legendary throughout his young career. I can't wait to see him play. Actually, could he be another Christian McCaffrey? This is gonna be fun to see.
It's possible. I know he's very, very good. So anything's possible.
Yeah, heard but nothing but good things about him. So, SEC, because he played in the SEC, which automatically, we. Yeah. That's a lot of talent to overcome.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I meant to ask everybody, the Pac-12, has that been disbanded? I keep hearing about teams that are moving around to different conferences. Texas is now trying to tell everybody in the SEC that they're the cream of the crop. I read that. I didn't know that much because I don't watch college football a lot, but I was laughing. Boy, you could take a Texan out of Texas, but you can't take the Texan out of it. Man, how come I think they beat Bama last year, right? So now Texas thinks they're all that in a bag of chips. Forget about Georgia. Boy. Well, you guys, football wasn't invented in Texas. I mean, granted, you guys look at football as the be-all of games. That doesn't mean you're the best at it. You can get beat. God. But anyway.
Yeah, but Pac-12 is no more.
Wait, who?
The Pac-12 is...
That's it. No more, right? They moved everybody.
No more.
Wow. I heard about it happening. I got to go find out where everybody's going to go.
Let's see here. Washington, Oregon, and the California schools, or most of them, I think, are going to the Big Ten. Some are going to the ACC.
Where's that C going?
We got some going to the ACC, Big Ten, and Big 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, where's USC going? Because that coach is getting a lot of flack. Where's USC going?
Which one?
USC.
They're going to the Big Ten.
Yeah, I was laughing because there's a lot of people who think that coach is not going to survive against that kind of competition, right? And actually, he had Caleb Williams, who was a Heisman winner, right? I'm laughing. Yeah, but you because your quarterback was a Heisman winner says more about the quarterback probably than it does the coach. I can't. I may watch college football this year just because of that. Because I stopped being a Big 12 fan for a long time. Even because I used to like SC, Stanford. They used to play some good football as far as that conference was concerned. But after the years, best football's been played in the South. Not just talking about you, Texas, but the best football's been played in the Southern states. So,
yeah. I tell you, it's going to be. There's a lot that's going to be changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot is going to be different.
It is definitely, and we're going to find out if the same programs. Yeah, you can take your kid. The same programs that were in the Big 12 go to whatever conference they've been designated to now. We're going to find out a lot of stuff, aren't we? Some of the accusations some of us have been making about the Big 12 being useless, and apparently the college ranks felt the same way. It's all about the money. Oh, it's all about the money. Because if you take out new teams, what are the rearrangements that's going on? I love to be sitting in NC2A office. Wait a minute, who's running that? Who's running college football now? They come under what umbrella? Is it still NC2A?
Yes.
And the most corrupt organization on the planet that abused kids forever? NC2A was making money, and not giving the kids a damn thing. Let's give you an opportunity to make it to the pros. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
I'm going to just see how well Cody does.
Yeah, we're going to find out. We're going to find out about 3 weeks, in fact. We'll keep you posted.
Yeah, definitely. Man, I tell you, I think if the Niners are smart, and I know they are, I would not even think about putting him on waivers because
he'll get snatched.
A lot could happen.
Yeah. Well, Cody impresses Kyle Shanahan. He ain't going anywhere. Shanahan will get rid of a running back he's had for a while in a heartbeat to pick up a new one. He's been doing that for the last 3 seasons, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Eric, always fun to talk to you. I tell you what, I'll see you Wednesday.
I'll be here, bud.
Looking forward to it. Night, Eric. The Big Ten is at Oregon, UCLA, SC, and Washington. Okay. Wow. God, that conference expanded, didn't it? Hey, Tony, come on in, T.
Hey, Ronbo.
Tony, good to hear from you. We missed the last program. And since then, the 49ers have gotten too old. Brandon Aiyuk is definitely going to be a detriment to our chances to succeed in 2024, and we haven't got any money, and it's just going to be a rough year. Colin Cowherd, he doesn't really answer. He's got blocks, I think, out there. If you hit him up directly on Twitter or anything like that, you'll get nothing from him. So he lays little landmines and sets fires around the place, knowing the 49er fans are going to come after him. It's tough not to click him, though, Tony. Guy's such a jerk. Wait a minute. But what do you think about those accusations? Tony, do we get disconnect? Tony. I think we did. Because Tony would have said something by now. Tony, we'll get you back in here if we find you. And 49er Brian, come on in, man. Same question.
Ronbo, first off, I want to apologize to you, but I'm not apologizing to Big Show. Never, ever, ever.
You know, Brian, you're pretty hard
Ronbo,
on the Big Show.
Am I too old to call into your show?
The average age is 27. Yes, we don't wait. The thing is, Show, he always loves to rock the boat in that fashion. You know, he makes a lot of good points very often, but when it comes to this subject matter, Show can really, his thought process goes in a whole different way.
You mean being wrong? He's always wrong, Ronbo. We just called him out. The average age of the 49ers is 27 years old, and he's acting like we're all in our 30s or 40s. It's a clown show.
I know, and I want those guys to be around 27, 20. That's prime time players, you know?
Hell yeah. I mean, how old was Joe Montana when he won his first Super Bowl, Ronbo? Do you even remember?
Yeah, he wasn't 23 or 22. I guarantee you that. Joe had to be somewhere between 27 and 30.
Steve Young.
Yeah.
Steve Young was in his 30s.
It takes a while, especially for quarterbacks. I
don't want to hear that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Just stupid. Tom Brady, what? He was old, too.
Yeah. Brady had to go through some formative years. It takes a minute.
And how old is Patrick Mahomes? That's Big Show's favorite player. He always talks about him.
Hey, that's a good question. Mahomes got to be getting close to 30 by now.
Yeah. Yeah, and Kelsey ain't no young pup.
No. Kelsey's got to be older than Kittle.
Yeah, so where's this discussion going? I don't understand.
Your old pros are still winning ball games. They need the support of some youngsters to back them up. But let's not start trotting out a bunch of 23 and 24-year-olds thinking they're going to deal with a bunch of.
Until my 49ers are like 2-15 or some bullshit, then we can talk about, hey, let's talk about getting rid of some of these old guys. But that hasn't happened, Rombo. We win every year.
We were losing.
Destroy those loser Rams every year. We sweep the shit out of our division almost every year. We make the playoffs, and we get in the NFC champion. The only thing you guys have to whine about is we haven't won a Super Bowl under Kyle. But until that happens, and when it does happen, you got nothing to talk about. Nothing.
I need polished
pros.
I'm
so sick of you guys whining about all that kind of crap. It's just stupid. Colin Cowboy, he's never been in a fight in his life, you could tell, or played a game of football.
I mean,
I like my quarterbacks to wear suits and not wear hats backwards. Just shut the hell up.
What are you calling him?
You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
And that's a point worth making?
Here.
No. God, that was just doofus.
They just do it all for clicks and views. That's what they do it for, Rombo. I'm glad you're not like that, but I'll try and get you some more clicks and views just for me calling out everybody. Go ahead, call me a whiner, you Rams fans. I know you love Big Show, but man, I love it that the hate you guys give towards me, it just feeds me more. You know.
And by the way, Rams fans, Show does not want your love, so. You know,
well,
I can tell you that.
He sure loves to get it from him. It seems like they just adore him. Yeah. Marketing pro, get off the bar, man. You got to get some rehab in your life or something, man. You say some crazy ass shit, and man, quit drooling all over Ramilia. And he's tired of paying your tab at the end of the night. Get a job and get some money going so you can pay for your bar tab, bro. Get it together, man. Jeez, Rombo, I'm worried about marketing pro. You better not be driving. I'm worried about you on the road, brother.
Oh, God.
Buckle up, too, buddy.
You know, but see, this is the thing. If we won this past Super Bowl,
football. Yeah.
I do wonder, where would these people be that are in here every show saying the same? I mean, Everett, Rams, Rudy, the few other guys, they'd no longer have a life. There's no life in being a Rams fan.
Look how... It blows my mind how the 49ers are always in the news. You don't hear them talking about other teams as much as us.
No.
It blows my mind.
Well, the Cowboys get a lot of ragging.
And you know why.
But it ain't good. Yeah.
No, but hey, it puts our team out there, and everybody's like, whoa, what are the Niners doing?
Yeah.
Every year they're talking about us because they're scared, Rombo, because they know we're a good franchise, and we're one of the best ever, so...
And have been for a very long time.
Calling these chumps out. Yeah. But hey, Rombo, I'll let you go. I just had to call a Big Show. That was just ridiculous. So I apologize to you in production. I don't like interrupting people because I don't like being interrupted, but
so we can be guaranteed.
We had to call him out on that Tony show. So, all right. Hey, everyone, I love you all. Shout out to Tony Wright, Ray Jr., all my fans in there. I love all you guys. Therese, you're cooking Ramilia tonight. I've been loving it. It's been awesome.
Use olive oil.
Oh, you guys have a good night, and I love you, Ronbo.
Love you back, fam. See you Wednesday.
See you later.
All right.
All righty.
All right, chat. Here he comes back again to work you over. And so, just go ahead and get yourself ready. Let's go back. Let's try Tony again. Hey, Tony.
Sorry, mate. Somebody's trying to call me. I dumped the call and pressed the wrong button.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. That happens.
Ronbo. Look, everybody knows that you need a good mix of young and old in a mature football team.
Sure.
The older boys that have got the experience and have the miles underneath the belt. As they say, keep the youngsters in check.
Yeah, I got to set the example, lead the way, teach them how to be pros. Exactly.
Exactly. So there's nothing wrong with having a good mix of an age group in the football team.
Damn right.
Not all positions require you to be young. A lot of positions require a lot of experience.
Yeah, in the trenches. Yeah.
In the trenches, exactly. And as far as Brandon Aiyuk, I mean, this crap's getting out of hand. Let's look at an example for a minute. I mean, these guys are arguing over a couple of $1 million. Why wouldn't you grab the bloke by the ear, take him down to the local children's hospital,
happened.
And drag him by the ear, take him down to the local children's hospital and have him look at all the mums and dads that have got newborn babies and 2 and 3 and 4-year-olds with terminal illnesses, cancers and things like that. Yeah. And then slap him one across the face and say, now you tell me you've got problems, bro.
Yeah. Well, that'd be a harsh reality, but, I mean, you make a solid point. Stop whining about $1 million or $2. That's not worth crying about. And they're gonna,
you know what I mean? Yeah. The other thing is, you're getting double the amount of money what your quarterback is getting at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And you haven't heard a peep out of Brock Purdy.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was Mr. Irrelevant, and your quarterback has taken you to a Super Bowl. You haven't heard not 1 ounce of whinging from that. Like he's earning next to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So
he's also had 1,000 yard season.
So you signed a contract, came on national TV, and said, I'm here to do whatever the coach tells me to do, and I'm here to help the team. Are you helping the team at the moment? You don't need these negative things happening just before a season starts, Rob.
I know. That's why I'm glad we got vets that pretty much know how to process that and know how to act accordingly. Don't let that linger in your head. Just take care of what you're supposed to be taking care of.
I mean, I find that, all of us, get up and go to work for a living. These guys get to play a game that they absolutely love.
Yes.
All right, the game that they love and get paid handsomely for it. Some of us will go to work for the rest of our lives and never even reach to save $1 million, let alone 30, 20, or 15.
In 1 year.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen if Brandon said, look, I signed up for this. I will honour my 5th-year option. I'll play on my 5th-year option. Worst case scenario is he gets paid more the following year than he wanted this year.
Wouldn't that be special? Wouldn't he look like an idiot? That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, after he honours his 5th-year option, according to the NFL, the wide receiver rates are going to go up.
Sure.
So
the cap's going to expand. Yeah.
And the year after that, you're probably going to get what you want. You're probably going to get more than the others just got paid.
Good point. Excellent point.
You can't survive for 1 year on $15 million for
I know,
crying out
right?
loud.
Like he's getting government cheese and stuff. I don't understand that attitude. Why don't you...
That's more than $1 million a month, Ronbo.
I mean, the thing is, you got the fifth-year option, Brandon. It's part of your contract. You're not supposed to... I mean, the point you made, too, also, I want to amplify it just a little bit further. You look at... Brandon's thinking, I've looked good last year. I may not look good next year. I need to get paid for what just happened 2 years in a row. Well, look at Brock Purdy. Brock's had 2 excellent years, basically. Whatever excuses people want to make for it, I don't care. But he still had those seasons. What if he did a Kyler Murray and started saying, I'm not really concerned with waiting until next year. I think right now is the time that I should be discussing how much I'm going to get paid going forward. Now, what he could do that. Kyler did it, and they paid him. Kyler hung out. He wasn't due to get paid yet. You know, as I'm saying, there's so many ways to look at this. And the 49ers should stop ignoring him. I agree with that. At least tat him up. But, you know, like you're saying, he's getting paid more than Debo. He's getting paid more than his quarterback. He's going to be the highest paid. He's going to be the highest paid receiver we got, even if he takes what he's being offered now. No, I told you what I wanted paid, and I want it to be in direct contrast with what's being given every good top receiver in this NFL. Get over yourself, Brandon.
Ronbo, discipline and dedication can get you what you want, a.k.a. Richard Sherman bet on himself, said, man, I can do this, come off an Achilles injury.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet on myself. What, you're not confident that you're going to be the same receiver next year? What is that telling the rest of us? Maybe you just want the money and you're going to lie down after that.
Yeah. We've seen that.
And the other thing is, the 49ers have got him by the gonads. All right? They can ruin his career if they want to.
Sure
They'll
could.
franchise tag him. They'll force him to play out his 5th-year option. Then they'll franchise tag him. And what's he going to do? Say, I'm not playing? Well, don't play. Pay all the fines yourself. We're not paying them for you. All right? And don't play. What's that going to say to the rest of the league that you want to get transferred to or you know, traded to?
You're labeled as a problem child. Yeah.
You have to show the league that you are the best. Right? And we're going to franchise tag you. If you don't want to play, we don't care. We can afford it. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
You can't afford it.
It's
So what's it going to be?
You got to make a choice, and maybe your agent should talk some sense into you. You're not going about this the right way.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. $200,000, over $200,000 a week. You can't survive on that when people are surviving on welfare.
Even with California taxes, you know, you can still be fine.
Jesus Christ, I don't understand these boys.
Well,
you know, I mean,
they don't get it.
If no one, you cannot hold the game hostage. You're not bigger than the game itself. Nobody is. No one's bigger than the game.
Yeah.
All right?
That's been proven.
And someone needs to make an example out of these people. Otherwise, they're just going to keep on doing it. All right? Right now, I love Brandon. I love the way he blocks. I love, you know, everything about him.
He runs routes.
This kind of thing, yeah, put a skirt on, brother. You're not acting like a man.
Toughen up. And like I like the part, and I love that you pointed out, believe and bet on yourself. You're going to get hurt so bad, you're so worried. It ain't going to happen, sure. But do you think that way? No, come on. Get out there and have a better year. And next year you can ask for JJ money. Who knows? You could light the league up. You know, Brock Purdy's got another year under his belt. He was working out this year. Guy looks like a monster out there now. You're liable to get more done this year than you did last year.
Ronbo, he should be privileged and jumping up and down on the spot to say, man, we play as a gang. of people. We play as a tribe, the 49ers. We spread the ball around, and I don't have to get that much run time, which is going to preserve my career. And John Lynch said we would like Brandon Aiyuk to finish his career off at the 49ers. What does that mean, Brandon? Multiple contracts.
Tony,
because you're going to stay healthier than every other receiver that's getting 180 catches, 200 catches a year.
Yeah.
You don't need that. You can prance around like the Prince of Bel-Air or whatever.
I know you want. You should be his agent.
You can still get 1,400 yards with 70-odd catches.
Yeah, I mean, you're just making way. Tony, you're making sense. But I agree. We got to stop, though, Tony. Let me see on Wednesday, and we're going to see if Brandon, I'm all pissed off Aiyuk, shows up to camp, which we know he's not. But I can't wait to see what happens next. So.
All right, brother.
All right.
Shout out to Evan Ellis, Big Show, Papa D, and all the rest of the crew. And, see you in the next chapter.
Can't wait.
Come on, Brandon. Get it together, brother.
Good stuff, Tony. I'll see you in a couple of days. Oh, yeah, a couple of days. Practice these 49ers, July 23rd. Yeah. I'll see you in just a little bit. All right, Tony. Thanks, fam.
All right, bro.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And, hey, let's go check. Hey, Steven.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Steven, man, you know, I just, Cowherd and his, I wonder how many people think like Cowherd. You know, here's a guy who says the 49ers
I think Cowherd is just...
Wait. Scarlett has something she wants. Is that Scarlett? It sounds like Scarlett. See what she wants.
Yeah. Yeah, here?
Yeah, loudly and clearly.
She's throwing a hissy fit right now.
Well, she probably read Cowherd's article. You know, Steven, the thing is, some of the things Cowherd says, you have to think about it for a second. And then when you think about it for long enough, you think, no, I don't. This is BS. But they think about the 49ers are getting too old and too expensive. Brandon Aiyuk's going to prove to be a problem to stop the 49ers from going forward. And finally, he has picked the Rams to win the NFC West due to our little ouchies.
That's
Clicks.
crazy. Like, in terms of winning the NFC West is crazy. But then again, Cowherd has been known to have some of the worst sport takes of all time compared to Skip Bayless. But at least Skip is like true to his sword and will die on it for the Cowboys no matter what.
Yeah.
Cowherd is just a blowhard. He's just a blowhard. That's all he is. He just talks and talks. So if he gets the opportunity to kick up dust, he'll do it. But I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I called it. I knew Brandon Aiyuk was going to want to trade. I knew it from the start. I even said, I was like, the Niners are not going to sign him, and he's going to request a trade for his fifth-year option. But the thing is that he'd be stupid to not play his fifth year. Some athletes will say, no, he is not stupid. It's smart because he's preserving himself. Okay, but then the less you play, the less reps you get, the more reps someone else is going to get that will be your replacement, and the less you'll have that edge of being top dog. So you can only, like, it's like watching, you know, it's like a boxer saying, like, yeah, I can shadow box my entire life. That's cool, but can you actually box? Like, yeah, we see you shadow boxing, we see you with your trainer, but can you actually box?
Yeah. With somebody at the end of that glove swinging back.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, Brandon, I get it. You want to preserve your health. You want to preserve your future. I get it. It's a very physical contact sport. However, out of everybody in the entire 49er lineup, the only person that gets dogged the hardest after a catch is Kittle. Second would be Juice. Third would be Jawan. And number 4 would be...
you hate to say it.
Debo. Debo. Those are the only 4 players that get dogged the hardest when they catch a ball. And I mean, they get smacked. And George is number 1. George easily takes number one. I mean,
because he does those crossing routes, you know.
Yep.
And,
so it's like for Brandon coming here and request that kind of money for having one single season of 1,000 yards, while all his other seasons are below 1,000, 800, 700, 600. You know, I get it. His rookie year, he's not going to get those first-team reps. However, he didn't get those first-team reps his second year. He barely got it his third year, and now he's in his fourth year, and he's got first reps. Cool, great. Problem is, though, is that, you know, he wants to say, oh, you didn't include me in the Super Bowl. There's a reason why Kyle would not drop any plays to throw to him. There's a reason why he was not meant to be the star on that. And I think one of two things is my theory. One, that catch he caught in Detroit, well, against Detroit and Levi's, where it bounced off of, what was it, C.J. Gardner-Johnson's hands?
Yeah.
He was supposed to be well ahead of C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and he was behind. Had C.J. caught that, we wouldn't be in the Super Bowl. We would be so mad at Brandon.
Yeah,
we would be blaming Brock.
Yep.
But and Kyle is extremely relentless when it comes to that. Like, if you're not on time, you are not going to get that next play. I don't care how good you do after. You are not going to get that next play. And ultimately, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
He got 0 reps. He trusted Juwan because Juwan can stick the route and he can catch, as Brandon Aiyuk will take a little longer to get to point A. You know, I mean, and the fact is, too, is that I think, so for my boy that works in close proximity to the Niners, there is a legitimate attitude problem with BA even before all this.
Yeah,
there is.
You know, well, you know, they had a falling out, but that was the year before last. I suspect that they've gotten past that. But yeah, a lot of that has to do with Kyle's game plan in that Super Bowl, though, which is still very questionable. So I don't know what happened there, but because Debo was getting covered, like you were saying, all the game long. Why not go to Aiyuk? Unless, like you're saying, there was a conspiracy, they didn't want to pay him. Can you imagine?
That too. That too. Oh, we don't want to pay you, so we're going to go ahead and not play you.
No,
because
I'm kidding. We needed to win that Super Bowl at any cost. So
we absolutely did. We absolutely did. But I think the reason why BA didn't get any first touches was because he was probably being punished. He was probably being punished because for the fact of the matter is that you're going to trust. I mean, don't get me wrong. CMC carried that game 100%. Without CMC, that score would be abysmal. We wouldn't have the points we would have had. We wouldn't have done that. We would have gotten that trick play.
Yeah.
Jawan Jennings is doing that crazy wildcat.
I keep forgetting about that play.
I mean, that's. Whew, you couldn't draw that up better. That was perfect.
I know. That's why there was no way anybody's going to tolerate him not making this team. You better sign him.
But the problem is that, you know, BA is asking too much money for what the NFL thinks he's worth and what the rest of the fan base thinks he's worth. Shoot me if you want, but hey, I think he is not worth the money he is asking.
Well,
22?
27.5 is okay, because you know why? Because if you get that kind of production, it's supposed to land you another contract that's worthwhile. I don't have a problem with getting 27. 30 is out of line. He's not 30, but 27.5, no. I think that'd be fair.
If we had, okay, I'll be real. If we had Jay Jefferson, maybe. If we had Amon-Ra St. Brown, maybe.
I don't.
If we had,
do you think St. Brown's better? I don't think so. I think
Brown is better because, and I'll say why. Because every time they threw to him against us in the NFC Championship, he somehow managed to get the ball. And we were ranked number 1 in defense.
Yeah. He's good.
JJ only played us once. We got to play these guys twice if we're lucky. So not twice, but like once either in the regular season or in the postseason. That's what I mean by twice. My bad. So it's like, I think Amon-Ra St. Brown, his ceiling it hasn't hit yet. And it's only going up from there, especially because, don't get me wrong, John Brewer, you can jump in if you want, but Jared Goff isn't as bad of a QB for Detroit as we think he is. And, I mean, I'll be real. That's the honest to God truth. Jared Goff is not a bad quarterback for Detroit. For the Rams, yes. And you can say the same thing about Stafford. For the Rams, Stafford's good, but for Detroit, he's bad. But, I think Amon-Ra is better than Jay Jefferson. And a lot of people will disagree with me on that. I'm cool with that. But
that's saying a lot, Steven.
I would go ahead and give Amon-Ra 30 before I give Brandon Aiyuk 30. I wouldn't even consider thinking about giving Brandon 30 over Amon-Ra or Jay Jefferson. I would rather give Devontae Adams, a guy who Aaron Rodgers can blindly throw to, and I mean blindfolded, like, oh yeah, Devontae's out there somewhere, he'll catch it.
And that did happen 90% of the time too, Steven.
Every time.
We're gonna go get you back to Scarlet in Rome. See, well, I'll be back Wednesday. I can't wait to see what happens in that camp, and we're looking for you. All right.
Oh man, it's gonna be a problem. And if anything, watch FS1 speak of the last episode with Atro and what's his name? What's the other guy's name? The one who played for the Steelers. I forget his name every time.
Le'Veon?
But they hit it on the nail.
Yeah.
They hit it on the nail. What's probably going to happen.
Yeah, well, they better remember how Bell's life went after that, too. So, all right, fam.
Yeah.
Let me before it gets too late, let me see you Wednesday. All right, fam.
All right, bro. See you Wednesday.
Looking forward to it. Night, Steven. And Zephyr, let me ask you this. While you're talking about Brock, how many playoff games has your quarterback won versus mine? Mr. Black Guy says mom's recovering from surgery. There's a TY. Hey, Mr. Black. Oh, Mr. Black Guy. Is it? No, that's not her name. I wish we could say something. Well, give Mr. Black Eye some love. His mom's recovering from surgery. I hope she's going to be okay. Because I really can't stand. There's nothing more precious on this planet than moms. All right. Hang in there, fam. And my dog's best friend, otherwise known as Casey, says they don't have a well soon. Mama Black Eyes. Yeah, I got a kick out of people talk about Brock Purdy's arm. Where do they get that? Brock Purdy gets that ball out quick, and he gets it to where he's supposed to get it. Oh, Denise. So the mom Denise, God, I certainly hope that tomorrow we hear nothing but good things. When Wednesday we get back in here. So, Block Ice, Mom? Wait a minute. Are you guys running a joke here for you, Brian? Oh, God. 40 times? How old are you? What are you talking about? You're the dude that's up there. Finger? Hey, Tony!
Ronbo, good evening. We are having a blast in the chat tonight.
Yeah, I noticed, man. One thing about this chat, the comedy is nonstop.
Nonstop. Ramoya with the lies. He's just like marketing slow. Lying. He's lying through his teeth. And like you said, Ronbo, they believe the lies.
That's the fun part. These guys say things and like, I'm looking at, what? Are you, what? That's not even close to being true. But at least what's that guy's name? I'll never forget him. He hasn't been back either. He says Jerry Rice is soft.
Yeah, right.
Jerry Rice is ready to go. What's his name? Ready? His name was Ready to Go, I think.
You don't put up those type of numbers being soft.
You don't cut off your finger. You don't cut off your finger because you wanted to play. If you're soft, that finger stays on, and you listen to what the doctor says, and that's the end of that. Ronnie Lott says, "Cut the finger off. I'm playing." Oh, that is tough. So yeah,
I wouldn't do that.
Man.
And Ronbo, to answer your question, before we get started, you asked about the Pac-12.
Yeah.
You might have saw my comments. It has been dissolved. University of Cal, and Stanford are now in the ACC with Florida State and Miami. The Big 12 has Arizona State, Utah, and Colorado. They moved to the Big 12.
Hey.
And then the Big 10 has Oregon, UCLA, USC, and Washington. So that's everybody moved.
Travel arrangements now. These teams, they were like within earshot of each other as far as technology goes to get from one venue to another. Now they're going to be traveling across country to play ball games?
Ronbo, this is all. Somebody told me this years ago to see what's happening. There's 9 conferences now. What's going to end up happening with college football, which I'm going to hate, they want 3 to 4 super conferences. This ain't the end of this.
Oh, they're going to be
like 20, 25 teams in the conference. Yeah, the super conference crap, which I'm totally against of. I'm a traditionalist. And I don't mind change, Ronbo. I like change. But as you know, Ronbo, all change ain't good.
No. You say about 3 conferences. You know, one thing that does do, though, it makes it difficult. You know how so many teams every year are vying for the national championship and everything?
I know.
This is going to make it a lot easier to be able to the circuit, the rounds of getting to the top are going to be whittled down. Now it's going to be like there's going to be several games going on at once every year, and then you're going to have the setup is going to be, God, how many bars do I have to run to get out to this one? Wow. God, that's going to be amazing.
They've expanded the playoff format, though, Ronbo. It's 12 teams that can get into the playoff now. So they expanded that.
Wow.
So
let's see
what happens.
They're going to make money doing that. Anytime you have playoff situations, people don't attend games, regular season games, they're going to the playoffs. Wow.
Yep.
It's tacky, but
12-team
brilliant.
Format. I think the top 2 teams in that 12-team playoff get buys. I think it's the top 2, top 4, something like that. I don't know all the logistics, but I know the top 2 or top 4 teams will get a bye that first round while the other teams play, and then they'll play the following week.
Wow.
It's going to be interesting.
I'm definitely going to be watching this. But like you're saying, though, it is tacky and it takes away from a lot of small town football. You know, in a lot of college cities, they aren't the big city, right? So now you took away from them something that was very valuable to that city. It affects their economies and everything else. That's going to be interesting.
Well, the NCAA, I call them NCAA assholes. It's all about money, Ronbo, and you know that. It's all about that money.
That's
why they're doing it.
Wow. Cal Berkeley, recruiting programs are going to change now because you're going to need better talent than what you might have recruited before in order to even compete. Coaches are going to be getting fired left and right. That's why I was laughing at that argument I was listening to about that SC coach would never survive going to the conference he's going to now. Where's SC going, did you say?
Big 10 with Ohio State, Michigan State, Penn State. Oregon's there too. USC.
Oh. But you know what? Those teams you just mentioned, though, other than Michigan, okay, God, that makes Michigan could be a perennial winner if things stay the change. Penn State is a good football program, but they tend to not show up in the final matches.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting.
At the end, because they can't get through Ohio State or Michigan. They get through everybody else. Wisconsin's in there. But they're talking, according to the publications I got, that Oregon might have a chance to make the playoff this year.
Yeah, Oregon.
We'll see about that.
Isn't it amazing how Oregon's got a good program. They've had a good program for a long time.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. They got a good quarterback, though. But, I want to see how some of those teams play in the cold, though.
Oh!
When they got to play a November game.
Oh!
Yeah. Oregon go to Wisconsin in November, or USC got to go to Ohio State in November. I want to see how that works out.
There's going to be a lot of factors involved in who wins and who loses in the years to come, isn't it? That's going to be pretty amazing. Hey.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Ronbo, what Cowherd, I saw that show. I know you didn't see it, but Cowherd, he's got a grudge and an axe like he's been saying for years. He's talking about y'all getting old. He's picking y'all to finish second. I'm like, you out your mind, Cowherd. That's the Rams winning the division.
And has he really taken a good look at the Rams? Do they look that just invincible to him? Really? They got a ways to go before they get back to where they were before.
He could have took a good look at him because Seattle's got a better squad than the Rams.
Yeah,
I don't understand why he said that.
Yeah, you got to play defense in the NFL. You can't just go out there and run offense. They'll keep that offense sitting down. And even their offense may not be as good. They're going to be on the field all day. That's how you're going to end up getting beat. Cowherd acts like he forgot how the game goes. I love it.
And just like you and I was talking about Dallas, you know when you get new coaches, Dallas got a new defensive coordinator because Dan Quinn's gone. The Rams have a new defensive coordinator because Raheem Morris is gone.
Yep.
And some of the defensive coaches are gone. It's just not going to just come in there and take it.
No, and you know what? Anytime you install a new program, which always made me sick, every time I looked up, back in the day before Lynch and Kyle showed up, I says, these guys, as quick as they get used to a defense and pretty much become fluent in it, we change it. So I says, this isn't going to work. And sure enough, it didn't. So we got brains beat out. People were doing anything they wanted to do against the 49ers defense every week. Oh, man, of course they are. Yep. You can't think all the time and play ball. You need to know you need to know your job so you can do it well. So
when do your veteran rookies report to camp?
They should be there.
Our veterans and rookies both report Wednesday.
The veterans don't. Yeah, they'll come in.
A lot of teams veterans report Tuesday.
Yeah, the rookies I guess will be there on the 23rd. The veterans will probably be there the following day. There's not a long gap between the rookies and veterans showing up. Only in the other camp, the first camp. It's a week apart.
So Tuesday one and Wednesday the other. Yeah, because I know a lot of veterans for different teams show up on Tuesday, with some of their rookies already there. With us in Pittsburgh, it's the same. The veterans and rookies show up the same day, which is Wednesday the 24th for us and for Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Can you imagine, Tony? Season's
your
underway.
guys probably show up Tuesday or Wednesday. Yep. Yeah, training camp's on the way.
It's already started.
I just pray everybody stays healthy.
Every year, that's the thing. No matter what your team look like on day one or in camp the first few weeks, when the season starts, there's already going to be some casualties. And down through the course of the season, there's going to be more casualties. 17 weeks, you've got to somehow survive and field a decent team before the playoffs start. Man, that's the beauty of football. This is a game of survival that almost parallels that of life in general. Oh, that's rough.
And Ronbo, if I may, I want to answer this knucklehead in the chat. Hey, Texas boy, if the Niners are so much trash, how did they beat y'all? That means y'all trash. They beat y'all. Y'all went to Buffalo. Y'all got spanked there. Y'all went out to Arizona. Y'all got spanked there. So who's the real trash Texas boy? You know what? There's about to be a lot of changes. About to be a lot of changes in Dallas toward the end of the year, Texas boy. Your coach and your quarterback is going to be ass out.
And maybe before the end of the week, CeeDee Lamb. I understand that Jerry says he's paying CD first. He's not talking to Micah or Dak. Really? I didn't see that one coming, Jerry. You made my life harder because if you pay CD, now, oh my God, Brandon's going to lose his mind.
Yep. And before he was on his way out, Skip Bayless got fired from Undisputed this week.
Wait. What? Let me get this right. Skip Bayless just got fired from Undisputed?
Yeah, his show is canceled. They took him off the air. Yep.
I didn't know this. I haven't watched Skip in such a long time that I didn't even notice.
I stopped watching him with Shannon Sharpers on it, but yeah, the ratings have been bad. So they took him out, but before he left, he said the Cowboys will finish 8-9. I think they'll be 6-11 personally, because of that defense. They lost 3 defensive linemen, and 2 of them went to Washington. That's what's going. And then they lost some defensive people in the secondary, Stephen Gilmore, and that one safety. They lost some players, and their defensive coordinator. They'll be 6-11, Dallas.
And by the way, I also want to ask Zerper, when you think if Lamar Jackson has won anywhere near Brock Purdy's playoff record, I mean, I don't get it. I love when people talk about noodle arm this and fool's gold. And, you know, how many games does a quarterback have to win before people with inferior clubs can respect him? I don't get it.
Well, he's just another naysayer running his mouth talking. The proof is in the pudding. Brock Purdy's a winner, and Brock Purdy's a leader. So whatever he says, whatever.
He just knows what he's Kyle Shanahan's quarterback. You know what I mean? He can process, read, and get rid of that ball because Kyle's always got people running open, right? He gets it. Brock gets it. Everybody can't do that. And as Steve Young says, if Brock adds his legs to what he's doing, he is going to be an absolute beast. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, about he did not. Well, am I reading this? I'm looking. Oh, Arnold Spears. We did Arnold's birthday. Oh, Texas girl. How many playoff wins?
Texas girl.
Arnold.
Sharice.
Arnold, I did a whole elaborate thing with your birthday. I can't believe you missed it, Arnold. Oh, my God. We did that. Chat, sing birthday to Arnold. Arnold, we did it. I saw you when you said you're playing NC2A games and listening and everything. We already did it. Arnold, what was that? Bam, if you ask me to do birthday, or please wait. Arnold, I tried to tell you. Oh, no. Arnold, remind me again, Wednesday. I can't do it again tonight. Let me do it for you Wednesday, okay? And as soon as I see your name, wait for me to see your name, and I'll do it immediately, okay? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tony. I had to cut you off. Production trying to point at Arnold.
I was doing some typing to Texas, boy. You talking about who did we lose defensively that was good? I posted Doris Armstrong, Stephon Gilmore, and there's others they lost too. Yeah. Plus, Dan Quinn, that's going to be the biggest loss. Defensive coordinator.
It really does look bad for him. I can't wait till season. I can't wait till week 6 or 7. Tony, we're going to go though. I tell you, I'm going to see you. Practice will be underway in both Atlanta and San Francisco, so this will be interesting. You guys don't have any holdouts, so it won't be a city.
Ignore what Cowherd said. Remember, he's a juggling clown, just like Cam Newton, just like Nick the Weasel, right? Oh, God, they're juggling clowns, Ronbo.
God.
They don't know nothing.
Anything to get attention. My God.
Anything to get attention. Yep.
All right, Tony, always a pleasure. I'll see you Wednesday.
Ronbo, always a pleasure. And Inglewood Rams fans, your ass. Can't wait for the season. You're going down. Stafford, picks equals 6. Good night, Ronbo.
Good night, Tony. Oh, God. See, a lot of people talk to us, fans from other teams that are struggling. What is their intention? What is their end game? What do you hope to achieve? We're not bothered. We reciprocate in kind, but is that what you want? You're losing every time you do this. So I don't get what you guys just like hanging out with us, huh? Because you're not, most of the time you get your ass handed to you before you leave. I don't understand. Why would anybody want to do that? Anyway, come on back, you guys who love getting beat up on, you masochist. We'll be back in a couple of days. We'll see you then. Fam, thanks for the contributions. Please, don't forget to subscribe so I can find you when I'm telling you. I'm looking for you. And thanks for the likes, fam. I will see you Wednesday. Yo, China!